months of strain at the university, expressing myself, not just to one teacher, but all of them. And also any student I ran into. I was just becoming a real person. A person that you could actually...
I want to tell you something. Now let's suppose you're down in the Amazon River, all right?
Right.
And you decide to take a little dip, right? And you know there's piranhas around, you know? And one piranha comes up and sniffs you and goes, "Get the picture here? Get the hell out of the water."
Well, I thought I was leaving the University of Utah instead of that. Well, I was leaving all right, but I was leaving. I was incarcerated, locked up, and with the idea that you won't get out of here until you've had shock treatment, gal. You little gal.
Well, those were big things in those days, right?
I know.
They stick you in a
shock treatment's not supposed to be
a tub of ice water, and then they put a rubber thing over the top so that you couldn't get out.
Well,
a cover on it. And
shock treatment's supposed to be
this is a fun crowd.
Yeah, they're a fun crowd. You know? Something you need, not a punishment. Well, what about? Does it sound like punishment to you? Here, girl student speaks up, tries to talk about stuff that she shouldn't be talking about.
You were in the wrong university, you dip. You should have been out in California or up East Coast. Jesus, even my hometown was better. My alma mater was better than that. They were Unitarian.
Well, probably so. Probably so. I mean,
had some of the greatest poets and writers come out of my university. I think we've got
an awful lot to talk about.
Does Tennessee Williams mean anything to you? Does T.S. Eliot mean anything to you?
Yeah. Well, I just, that's what, they pretended at the University of Utah they had a handle on T.S. Eliot and all the others.
Well, I got a
but when it came to real life,
poetry. I don't know what the hell you got.
But when it came to real life, I was shipped off to the psych ward, and by the time that I'd gone through all the strain of expressing myself, no matter what, so that I could finally talk from my real thoughts, tell the truth, trying to start telling the truth as I saw it.
As you perceived it.
As I perceived it. I had perceived it for years, as far as, the molesting my father, his practices and other men's practices goes. I was not in too good a shape as I got in there. I told him, I said, "Don't give me electric shock because there's something wrong with me." I could feel it. I could feel something was wrong. The stress had gotten to me, and I had a manifestation when I was 11 of extreme fatigue, could hardly even get out of bed in the morning. So
a manifestation?
Yes, of something. I don't know what it was. It was like chronic fatigue syndrome, which I've suffered from ever since. But it started at 11, and that was a lot due to the strain of my dad's alcoholism, his running around all the time.
I didn't really care about getting up in the morning either when I was 11.
Yeah, well, it was just exaggerated so much.
A long bus ride.
Yeah, well, I was used to that too, but this was not beyond normal. It was almost like, it caused me to think, oh my God, you're getting leukemia or something. Rheumatic fever, you're gonna die.
You're a hypochondriac.
But when I started school and could sit down most of the day.
Nymphomaniac?
It went away. It went away. But
what, you're nymphomaniac?
I could feel it finally at the University of Utah that I'd been holding it at bay.
Let's face it, you played around with a lot of older guys, didn't you?
But when I got through all that stress and strain, it'd come back. So before they could give me electric shock, I went into like this state.
A catatonic state, right?
They called it catatonic, but it's actually, it just brought on the most severe reaction that anybody could possibly have, because it was getting into dying, it was like my nervous system just locked up. And it was very bizarre. But I had lived a very bizarre, sort of a bizarre life. And it fit.
Oh, jeez.
It fit what I'd done.
Oh, jeez. Tell me all about it.
And I do think that if they give me electric shock in that state, it would have killed me. And it almost killed me. The thought of getting it almost killed me.
If I knew buying this camera would do all of this, I'd have thought twice about getting this camera. Really, I really would have done that.
Yeah, well, when such extreme things happen, and of course by the time that I came out of this reaction to electric shock, they didn't dare give it to me because I'd come so close to dying. And they witnessed it. I mean, they were sitting by my bed watching me in this state, so they knew that something serious was going on, and so they had to
I can see a couple of them sitting there going, "Is she still alive?
Yeah, right.
Isn't she flatlined yet? For God's sake, pull that plug, whatever you do."
Well, I did quit breathing before it was through, which they didn't even notice, So, anyway. When I came out of that, I could feel myself. I'd broken. Oh boy, I was broken down. I was never going to be the same again as far as my health went. But I still had my fight. They didn't break my spirit because I would not. I told them, don't give me electric shock, and so they did not get me in there and give me electric shock. I just went ahead.
Now, how old were you when you told them?
20. 20.
Oh, no, they can't do that. You're 18.
They did it.
They gave you electric shock?
Oh, they didn't. They got permission from my dad and mother. They told them I needed it.
You were old enough when you're 18.
No.
But they have different laws up there?
They said, I told them that. I said, I will not give my permission for electric shock. They said, we don't need your permission. All we need is your parents and your psychiatrist. They could give it to me, they'd give it to a lot of others.
Yeah, but you gotta
remember where you are. They told me.
You're in the most backward state in the
well, I don't know what the laws are other places, I don't know what they were at that time, but they told me that I just as well, the doctor that was just as well get used to the idea, because I probably wasn't going to get out of there without a series of electric shock treatment. Nobody did. I went around and talked to them all. They were all getting it. Except the ones that were being transferred to state mental, where God only knows what they'd get. One woman had had 200 electric shock treatments. So I'm saying, don't give me electric shock.
It really proved it worked, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it did work really good. I was just barely alive when I come out of there.
I'm addicted to electric shock. I've got 2 this morning and 2 this afternoon coming. I love those rascals.
But at least I think that the death that I did, the trauma I did experience wouldn't have been hard as on me as electric shock. On my brain, I protected my brain.
Did you see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yes, I did.
It only takes one good healthy electric shock to put you up permanently. Did I say healthy electric shock?
Oh, that guy got lobotomized, and they were doing that. They were doing that on a regular basis.
Wait a minute. No, you're wrong. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? No, he got electric shock. He didn't get lobotomized. Trust me.
No.
I just look stupid.
I think he did. I think he got lobotomized.
How much you want to bet?
Electric shock you'll come back from in more or less in pretty good condition, but lobotomy you don't come back from. It's permanent. If they hit too deep, they can turn you into an idiot.
Well, they must have worked on you.